Are you ready for a fabulous February? I think we have found it. I hope. So I love this. We're entering into February in a new Lunar New Year because Lunar New Year is January 29th. And it's the year of the snake. So again, I've said this before, after the drama of the year of the dragon, this is going to be a much chiller year in theory. Yeah, on paper, whatever. So February is really the first month that we're going to feel the energy of the year of the snake. So I've talked about this. I'm not going to talk about it more in this video. You can go back and watch the 9-year in numerology video, or you can watch the year of the snake video. But I really am loving this energy. So we're kicking off February with, again, the year of the snake energy. And February 2nd, we start off with Groundhog Day. Great movie. But it's going to be really interesting to see what Punxsutawney Phil sees this year. I say his name wrong all the time. It's Punxsutawney Phil. I think I'm saying it right now. But it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there because we've had some weird, interesting weather in the South this year already. Very interesting. So on February 4th, we have Jupiter going direct in Gemini. And also we have Venus moving into Aries, just adding a splash of fire to, all things that Venus rules, which is basically our money and our love life, our relationships, not necessarily just romantic ones. Yeah. On the 12th, we have a full moon in Leo that hits its peak at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All my times are Eastern Standard Time because, well, that's where I live. Yeah. On the 14th, we have Valentine's Day and Mercury moving into Pisces. Now, Mercury is not fond of Pisces. Really not a happy place for Mercury. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting little twist on communication on this Valentine's Day, this important holiday for romance. I know, I'm such a romantic, right? On the 18th, we have the sun moving into Pisces, joining quite the party in Pisces, by the way. Sorry, there's a hair tickle on my face. On the 23rd, we have Mars going direct in Cancer. On the 27th, we have a new moon in Pisces that hits its peak at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I just want to say, this is quite the little party in Pisces this month. It is. But having Mars go direct from the 23rd until March 1st, this is our small window when we have all the planets direct. Now, planets in retrograde are not a bad thing. It is a time for us to enter the re-season, like I like to call it, where we reevaluate, we redo, we fill in the blank. Whatever you need to do, you reassess. And I think that this is the perfect year for us to not see a huge window of opportunity where all the planets are direct at once. 9 is all about rebirth. It's about living through some endings so that we can have some new beginnings, coming to a conclusion, because we are in a 9-year. And I think that, again, with the year of the snake, I've talked about this in other videos. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail here. But I think that this is a kind of a good year for us to not have this huge gap between retrogrades, between planets being in retrograde. Sometimes we'll have as much as 4 months of planets or 3 months of planets that are all direct at one time. But this year we don't. We just have a very small window just from the 23rd of February until March 1st. So that being said, We're ending February with one planet in fire, which is Venus in Aries, two planets in air, which is Jupiter in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto should be camped out in Aquarius for a minute. 2044 is when Pluto comes out of Aquarius. So then we also have one planet and south node in Earth. So we have Uranus camped out in Taurus, and we have south node in Virgo. And in Pisces, oh my gosh, well, there's 5 planets and north node in water. And so we have Mars in Cancer, but Pisces is like the party hub, right? Because we've got North Node, Sun, Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune all in Pisces for this period of time. It's, yeah, if you got a lot of stuff in your chart that's in Pisces, you might want to check this out and see what's going on with you and what's happening with you this month. It's very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so the crystal of the month this month is selenite. Now, I realized that we had this crystal as the crystal of the month in October of 2044. Oh my gosh, 2024. What is wrong with me? I am drinking coffee. I am. But we had, in October of 2024, selenite was the crystal of the month. So the reason why selenite is coming back up at this time is because it's a great remover of negative energy, and it removes negative energy. It cleanses auras. It provides protection. It helps with releasing, a big component of being in the year of the 9 and in the year of the snake, for that matter. And it also helps to get rid, as I said, with negative energy, but it's also negative energy associated with emotions like mental and emotional pain. So this is a wonderful time to just sort of like use the selenite to cleanse, clear, release, so that we can move on and so that we can like have some new beginnings and some new wonderful things coming into our life. I'm going to read a tiny little snippet of it because I have read about this crystal before, but here it is. And I'll show you some more examples in just a second. But here is the basics. It works as a vacuum cleaner to purify and cleanse the aura. It opens and stimulates the crown chakra, bringing in the divine light of the cosmos. It allows you to move forward in strength. That, again, is 9 energy. It is. It connects to your higher self and the I am presence. It clears away the old and helps make way for the new, vibrant energy and a deeper spiritual connection. And I think that is just, it's about spiritual awakening. And I think that this is a fantastic year for that. I don't really think that there's a bad year for that. I really don't. But I'm just saying this is a pretty good year for that. So these are all the examples that I have for sale in my booth, and I just found out that someone published my website and there's nothing on it, so there's nothing new on my website right now. But this is the stuff that I have for sale. So I have some wands. This one has all the chakras on it, the chakra symbols, because it is really fantastic for clearing chakras. For that matter, this is a necklace, although my husband hangs it in his car. I also have one hanging beside my bed. It also has crystals that symbolize each chakra. I have some raw pieces of selenite. I have some smooth. This is also a wand. These are considered wands. I have a wand that has like a pointy tip. I love that. I have this thing that I sit other crystals on top of because it has a little divot in the center. I also have selenite bowls. I have some orange selenite, as you will see, that's moon and sphere. I also have some round ones. I didn't pull those out of my booth for this though. And I have some with the seed of life on them. I have some, like, I love these. They're just the perfect size. I know you can't see it with the reflection of the lights. This one has the Hamsa on it. Also great for protection. And this one is just a plain one, but I love the oval sort of shape. I just like those shapes. And then of course I have the round, and I have these in orange as well. But those are the ones that, like, I keep around. And I also, I have earrings. I have some jewelry. I have some earrings and some necklaces with selenite in them. These are things that I keep in my booth all the time. And I highly recommend that, like, you go check out, like, your local metaphysical store. I can tell you right now, they probably have a ton of selenite. And I also have an athame made out of selenite. I love it. Also something I use quite a bit. Yeah. Okay. So today I am also, like, as usual, I'm going to be pulling cards from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. If I can get this to get in focus. I know. My Canon has one job. And I'm also pulling from the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Love these cards. And as I say almost every month, this is one of the, like, few decks that I read from the book, Yasmin Boland. And it's just because the book has so much information that I really feel like is vital when I'm pulling those cards. Everything else, just intuition. So that being said, I'm really excited about, like, moving into February and really getting the energy of this year of the snake. It's a very exciting time. It is. There's not a huge amount of transits happening in February, but the ones that are happening, I feel like it's really important. I mean, we've got 2 planets going direct. We have Venus moving into Aries. I love it. I love it. A little bit hesitant about Mercury going into Pisces, but that's because I'm double ruled by Mercury. So anytime Mercury is uncomfortable, I feel it. And he's our planet of communication. I mean, come on. But let's see what your individual numerology is for this month. I know. I think it really has an opportunity to be fantastic. So let's see what's shaking out for you. Life Path 44. This is going to be one interesting month for you. February is a 1 month for you. Now, I love this because I know you guys have heard me say that I really do consider, like, February or March, just depending on the year, I really consider that the new, like, the new energy of that year. Just because it's after the Lunar New Year and we're finally in the, like, we've finally gotten our feet wet in the vibration of that year. And I feel like this is perfect timing for you because here we are moving into February. You're in a 1 month. We're like embracing this new year in the year of the snake, the new Lunar New Year. And I feel like this is a wonderful opportunity for you to have these new beginnings. And this is a time of new beginning. 1 is the genesis. It's the initiative. It's the first step. It's all about courage. It's all about individuality. And which is right up your alley because you're such an original thinker. I mean, Life Path 44, you are an original thinker. You are looking for positive impact. You are wanting to help people empower themselves. And this is the energy of the 1, the vibration of the 1 is like showing independence, exhibiting your leadership skills. You are a leader. You're a natural leader. Being very resourceful. I love this. Developing confidence in yourself. Maybe it's developing confidence in like a new skill or a different part of your job or your relationship. This is a wonderful opportunity. This is a wonderful chance of really like putting your hands on some new opportunities, showing new abilities that you may have developed or that you may be developing. This is also a fantastic time that if you've had ideas or dreams or projects that didn't work out because the timing was off or didn't work out because you didn't have the right like players or the right skills at that time, and you put them on the shelf because they were such a great idea. Now's a good time to take those ideas, those projects, those like dreams down, polish them up, dust them off, and just say, okay, let's re-examine this. Let's breathe some new life into it and see what it looks like from a different perspective. See what it looks like with fresh eyes. That's what February is going to be for you. I mean, I think this is just fantastic. This is going to be a month of just receiving inspirational ideas and really embracing it. That is so right up your alley. It is so really just right up your alley with just being the architect and the alchemist of like numerology. I love it. I love it. When you're in that one energy, this is a good time to see a lot of potential, to see potential in relationships or projects or dreams or ideas or businesses. I do feel like don't fall in love with the potential, but definitely examine the potential and definitely embrace it and just be like, what do we have to offer here? What can we do with this? I love it. I love it. All right, so the mantra of the one is I am inspiration. I fearlessly direct my creative ideas into action. This is the energy that wants to, it's not the only energy that does this, but this is the energy that really wants to say, hey, here's my dream. Here's what I want to do. How can I put it into action? How can I create this wonderful reality from this dream? Yeah, it is very powerful. It is. This is also the thing that it takes a lot of courage to take that first step and roll into like this new beginning. It really does. So I know I don't want to like downplay that at all, but it does take a lot of courage. So the lesson of the one is to push through insecurities and doubt while developing confidence in one's own brilliance. And that does lead me to the shadow side of the one, and it's isolation, insecurity, and doubt. And when people are in this energy and they're feeling the isolation or they're isolating themselves from like everybody around them, because they feel insecurity, because they feel doubtful about their abilities, it could come across as selfish or lazy or very aggressive. Because a lot of people in this energy will be like, no, I'm not doing that. No, you can't make me. No, da 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 da. It's just feeling that insecurity and that doubt during this time period. And that is definitely not something that you're accustomed to. I'll tell you. I just don't feel like Life Path 44 that you are accustomed to feeling insecurity and doubt. And you're definitely not somebody that isolates themselves very often. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as we move into February. And remember your mantra, I am the vibrant light of magnificence and I humbly serve. You are, and I'm repeating this, but you are the alchemist. You are the architect. You're a master healer. You are here to help people empower themselves and to create powerful, life-altering achievements. And you're an original thinker. You definitely have the potential to do all of this. I love it. I love it. Remember some of your shadow sides, which is, You can abuse power. We're not embracing that though, right? You can have an unhealthy focus on success, too much emphasis on control. Those are not things that we really want to focus on this month. If you start feeling those things, if you start feeling your shadow effects and you start feeling the insecurity and doubt of the one shadow side, definitely feel it, acknowledge it, don't sweep it under the rug, but don't camp out in it. Don't embrace it and hug it for like too long. No, we don't need to sit in it. We just need to say, okay, I do feel this way. How can I find like a way out? How can I find like an opportunity? How can I use the courage to get out of this? Yeah. All right, Life Path 44. Let's see what advice card we get for you for February. Ooh, Cordelia. I like this one. Oh, I really like this one. Go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Oh my goodness. That's really good advice, but it has been freezing here in Georgia. It has been so cold. I mean, right now I have 3 heaters going and the lights in here add a lot of heat. So yeah, but it's been freezing. It's been really cold. So that's fun. Go outside though. Go outside. Honestly, being outside gives you just a lot of, it gives you a lot of perspective. It really does. And anytime I need to be grounded, I just go outside and touch a tree, the biggest one I can find. I mean, that's my process. What are you guys doing? Can you hear all that noise? I mean, I know the dog is drinking and eating, but the cats have been making some crazy noises. I mean, of course, they coated me in hair. It's a good thing they're so cute. Ooh, full moon in Aries. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. All right, well, let's just look at the book really fast. Okay. There we go. Canon, you've got one job. There we go. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much on me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create a way out too. I like that. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate where you want to be. I like it. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. thank you so much for joining me for this month, this year. I mean, really, thank you so much for your support over the past few years since I've started this channel in 2022. I really, really do appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful February. And until we see each other again, Life Path 44, get out there and make your magic. Bye.